Welcome back to Bearcat Update, where we cover the sports that you love. I'm your host, Jason Holland, and today we'll be covering Family Week in football and the week of action for soccer and volleyball. Before we get into the highlights, make sure to take a second and subscribe to KNWT TV on YouTube. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you're notified the second that we post new content. It was a very busy week for the volleyball team. After losing 3 straight series, the Bearcats have bounced back with 2 straight series wins. They have now improved their record to 7-5 on the season as they look to build off this momentum and start a run. Earlier this week, the team traveled to St. Joseph for a series against the Missouri Western Griffins. The 3-0 sweep of the Griffins was closer than the score indicates. The Bearcats continually found themselves in solid position, but Missouri Western continued to battle back. It was a test of wills as many times the Bearcats found a way to advance with a win, despite it being a close game. Abby Brunson notched 9 kills, while teammate Kyah Luhring led the team with 18 digs. But that wasn't the only action played by the Bearcats this past week. On Friday, they hosted Newman for a series. After a dominating match against Missouri Western, the Bearcats brought it right back as they closed out a 3-0 series sweep of the Newman Jets. Our reporter Caleb Allen caught the highlights of the Bearcats' dominant win over the Jets. Take it away, Caleb.
The Northwest Missouri State Bearcat volleyball team took on Newman at home this past Friday. Northwest Missouri State has started the year off going over 500. They came off a 3-game losing streak, but the game before, they came up with a big rival win against Missouri Western. Bearcats began the match by scoring the first 6 points. Northwest led the entire first set and sided out at 76%. It was a back-and-forth matchup in the beginning until the Bearcats pulled away in the end. Northwest hit .283 in the opening set with 16 kills. Northwest kept its numbers up in the second set as well as scoring a 25-12 set. Just like the first set, it was pretty close until Northwest once again pulled away. Northwest sided out at 83% and hit .312, 18 kills. The third set was a different story and ended up being a little closer. It featured 6 ties and 4 lead changes between Northwest closing out Newman 25-22. Northwest sided out at 69% in the third, while Newman had its highest side-out percentage of the match at 62%. Northwest hit .077 in the third with 11 kills and 8 attack errors. Newman hit 10 kills and 7 errors in the final set. The Bearcats ended with 7 aces, 4 blocks, 38 assists, and 73 digs. Kyah set a record for having 31 digs through a 3-set match. Kirsten Ford also ended the game with 5 aces, along with Ella Caffrey having 26 assists. Northwest is now on a 2-game win streak as they prepare for some big games coming up, like Emporia State and Washburn. Northwest seems to be turning around in this middle half of the season. This has been Caleb Allen, signing off.
It was a great week of play for Kyah Luhring, who led the team in digs on Tuesday and then made Bearcat history. On Friday, Kyah recorded 31 digs. That was good for the best in school history in a 3-set match. The previous best was 28, which was held by Paige Spangenberg in a 2010 matchup versus Washburn and herself in a 2022 matchup against Central Oklahoma. Congratulations, Kyah. We're going to take a quick break. Make sure to stick around after this commercial to catch more sports news, as we'll be covering Family Week in football and this week's action for soccer.
All right, that was good, y'all. It's in the breakdown set. Hey, welcome to Nerd Central, your one-stop shop for anything movies, TV shows, and even the latest celebrity news.
From the newest releases and even your local film festival, we'll have it all right here.
We're here to uncover the Easter eggs that you might have missed and even the secret plot lines that you might not have picked up on. Right here, we'll uncover the mysteries on Nerd Central.
Launching Wednesdays at 6 on KNWT TV.
And coming up next here, I'll have my interview with our new guest here on Who's Next on the X right after this quick break.
Tyler Dave, we're on in 20. Morning. Not a lot of us do, you know, but maybe this might be your opportunity for that. Yeah.
Who's next on the X?
Welcome back to Bearcat Update. After starting 1-2 on the season, the Bearcats dropped below 500 for the first time since the 2010 season. In the 2010 season, the Bearcats lost to Texas A&M Kingsville in the first game of the season. After that game, the Bearcats would win 12 straight games before losing in the semifinals. Despite inclement weather and concerning forecasts, the Bearcats were unfazed by shifting kickoff times. Even with the weather issues, over 5,000 fans were in attendance for Family Weekend. Very quickly, the game got out of hand, and it stayed out of hand as the Bearcats annihilated the Lincoln Blue Tigers by a score of 59-0. Our reporter Micah Storey caught the action at Bearcat Field. Take it away, Micah.
The Bearcats started their season off with a win over Missouri Southern. Now, coming off a 2-game loss, the Cats look to bounce back and come out with a win against the Lincoln Blue Tigers. Pushing the game time back due to a rain delay didn't face the Cats, as Northwest starts off strong with a 4-and-out defensive drive, followed by a touchdown shortly after. That's all the energy the Cats needed to continue, as there was no stopping them, putting up 42 points by halftime. The Bearcats finished the game with a total of 305 rushing yards and 176 passing yards on offense, and the defense forced 2 turnovers. Quarterback Chris Ruckey threw 12 for 16 for a 75% completion rating, 2 of which were passing touchdowns, thrown to Kayshawn Griffin and Jamar Simpson. Ruckey also had 1 rushing touchdown, as well as running backs Jay Harris, Tank Young, Wendrick Williams, and Eric Richardson. On defense, linebacker Carter Olson, defensive tackle Clayton Power, and DN Jake Fisher all helped the Bearcats get 2 sacks, and defensive back Trayon Jones finished the game off with the interception. The Bearcats will head on the road next week.
The 0 points scored by the Blue Tigers was the first time the Bearcats held a shutout in 728 days. Last time Northwest held a team scoreless was September 25th, 2021, in a 38-0 win against Central Oklahoma. Coincidentally, the last shutout was on Family Weekend as well. Congratulations to head coach Rich Wright on his 10th career shutout. In last week's episode, we mentioned that whoever commented the closest score prediction to the game would get a shout out. Well, we only had 1 fan submit a score prediction, so by default, Riggin Bass Ray has earned a shout out from us. If you want to be featured in the next week's episode, send a score prediction in the comments down below and we'll shout out the most accurate score. Last Sunday, the soccer team fell short against the number 16th ranked Central Missouri Jennies. The 0-2 loss was the first time this year the Bearcats were held scoreless. The Bearcats fell to a 2-2-2 record on the season. The travel to Warrensburg did not bring home a win, but the Bearcats got much needed experience against ranked opponents. On Friday, the Bearcats celebrated Senior Day, honoring Tegan Blackburn, Kaylee Rock, Atiana Stratman, Maddie Taylor, and Grace Weiniger. It was an offensively charged Senior Day as the Bearcats racked up 4 goals in the first half and held the Lions scoreless. Seniors Kaylee Rock and Tegan Blackburn honored the occasion by scoring a goal each. The team notched its 8th consecutive win against the Missouri Southern State Lions. That streak has been going since 2019. Bearcats improved to a 3-2-2 record on the season. Our reporter Anthony Martinez caught the action. Let's see the highlights, Anthony.
The Northwest women's soccer team took on Missouri Southern Friday afternoon at Bearcat Pitch. This was their senior game to honor the seniors, so they were looking to win for their seniors on this very special game. As the game was about to start, the Bearcats were looking to come out aggressive, which they did. Pressing the back line of Missouri Southern, Northwest caused many problems for the Lions early on. This pressure put on by Northwest then eventually paid off as it resulted in a turnover for Missouri Southern and a goal for the Bearcats 10 minutes in by Kaylee Rock. The Bearcats did not take their foot off the gas pedal after the first goal as they continued to dominate the game, creating chance after chance. This was a very comfortable game for the Bearcats. Only 4 minutes later, Hannah Sterling then decides to get on the score sheet with the perfect place cross by Kaylee Rock. As she celebrates with her teammates, the Bearcats were on an absolute roll this game. Jimena Arnu puts in a perfect through ball to Tegan Blackburn in the 21st minute. Tegan curls a shot to the top left corner of the goal and makes the scoreline 3-0 up to this point. Missouri Southern only heard rumors of the ball as Northwest dominated the game and the possession throughout the entire first half. Right off the counterattack, Katarina Theohardis saw herself with a wide open shot as the Missouri Southern goalkeeper came off her line and was beat. This goal put the Bearcats up 4-0 right before halftime. The seniors of the women's soccer team were honored at halftime, given with the banquet of flowers and their senior poster, enjoying this moment with their family. Starting the second half, it was the Bearcats creating all the chances once again, but they were struggling to put the ball in the back of the net. Getting all the corners and set pieces, they had all the momentum on their side. It wasn't much of a worry to them as they had the 4-goal lead and shutting down all of Missouri Southern attacks. Taking the Defenders on 1v1 towards the end to seal the game, the victory was looking closer and closer. A couple of final throw-ins and the Bearcats won this game to a scoreline of 4-0. I'll be kicking it back to Jason.
Senior Kaylee Rock owns the record for career goals and assists, continually cementing herself as one of the best to put on Bearcat green. The most impressive part of Rock's records is that she owned all of them before suiting up for her senior year. Safe to say that her records will stand for quite some time. The women's golf team traveled to Bolivar, Missouri for the Lady Panther Fall Invite, finishing 8th of 16. Junior Madeline Schlepfa took home the individual title after being down 5 shots. She became the 16th medalist in Bearcat history. Congratulations, Madeline. We're going to go ahead and take one final break before the end of this episode of Bearcat Update. Stay tuned to know the results of tennis regionals, as well as see me take on the number 12th ranked player in the nation.
The news that matters most is the news that hits close to home. Maryville or Bearcat news, whatever the story, we're there for you.
It could be about you, school, or your safety. Whatever it is, we got you covered.
You need to know what's going on in the Northwest and Maryville community, and this is a place to find it all out.
This is our home too, and we're in this together.
We are Channel 8 News, covering for you.
This is KNWT, and you're watching Gen 2.
Welcome back to Bearcat Update. The women's tennis team traveled to Edmond, Oklahoma for the ITA Regionals, and the girls had success in both singles and doubles. Tessa Kwakernak reached quarterfinals before being bested by Washburn's Maya Young, who was the 2nd seed in the tournament. Sofia Pietaro and Carolina Lima de Oliveira began the day with doubles wins early in the day before falling to Harding's Romaine Britt and Carly Rue. Coach Rosewell was pleased with his squad as they prepare for more matchups before the fall action kicks off. This past week, I participated in some practice reps to show how much work goes into winning at this level and how the average Joe can't do it. I matched up against the number 12th ranked player in the nation, Andrea Zamuri, who did not go easy on me. Check it out. This week on Beyond Game Day, I'm taking on the tennis team, and we're going to see if out of 10 attempts, I can return 1 serve against one of the top players in the nation. See what I can do. Y'all already know the drill. First, we're going to take a look at the preparation that these athletes go through. Now, I'll be honest. I went into this week a bit blind as I did not know much about tennis, so practice kind of shocked me. I quickly discovered that practice was a lot more focused on refining individual skills rather than whole group work. This led to me seeing how much of a skill-based sport this was. These skills aren't just overnight either. They take years to master, and even still, they're working on something every day. I even talked to a few of the players, such as senior Tessa Kwakernak, who's been playing since she was 4 years old. My biggest takeaway is that I don't stand a chance against anyone here, especially not against the current 12th ranked player in the nation and All-American, Andrea Zamuri, but we shall see. First attempt right here. I am terrified for my life. Okay, I am terrified for my life. Okay, attempt number 2. That first one was ugly. Attempt number 3 right here. Let's get it. Okay. I hit it. Oh my God. Whew. Okay. I know what it looks like. Hand-eye coordination right here. My heart rate's through the roof. Nope, not even touching that. Okay, on my toes right here. On my toes, bounce around. Around. Okay, make contact with 2. 4 more. Oh, was that in or out? Oh, gosh dang it. I hit it over the net. Yeah, I'm not touching that. That thing's a yellow blur coming at me right now. Oh no, I didn't think I was even gonna touch that right there. It's too fast. Okay, last one right here. I've hit the ball 2 or 3 times. Let's see if I can get this. Nope, that is... The average person cannot play tennis if we've learned anything. I'm not playing tennis anytime soon. That's why he does what he does. That's why all these guys do what they do. Now I do have to ask. I asked this at the end. Did I make the team?
Close. If that one would have gone in, you would have. They were close. You're close. You can try again next year, though.
I'll give it a shot next year. There was a close, there was a maybe. Thank y'all for tuning in to Beyond Game Day. I'll see y'all next week. Despite the fact that me and Andrea look similar, it was pretty evident which one of us hosts Bearcat Update and which one plays on the tennis team. If you like Beyond Game Day, make sure you drop a like below and comment what sport you want to see us do next. That's all the time we have for Bearcat Update. I'm your host, Jason Holland, and you're watching Bearcat Update, the provider of complete coverage of Bearcat sports. We post new episodes every Monday at 6 p.m., and you can find us on YouTube at KNWT TV. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment down below what you liked about this week's episode. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you know when we post a video. As well as Bearcat Update, you can also watch more of KNWT TV's other content. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next week.